With all of the Asian hate that's going on in the US today, we're going to cover ways that startups can help support diversity and inclusion and help mitigate Asian hate throughout this video. I'm Brooke Dunwell, founder of Carbon 3 Recruiting. Before we jump into the various ways that startups can have an impact and help prevent Asian hate within the workforce, I think it's important that we understand a few things about the Asian population. It's one of the fastest growing groups within the US. It's actually predicted that they will make up 14% of the US population within the next 30 years. They're very diverse within their own population. For example, they speak over 100 different languages, and there are more than 50 ethnic groups. However, 50% of Asian Americans were unemployed in the first quarter of this year. So what can we do? What can startups do? It starts with culture. And startups have an advantage to building a culture because they're starting from the beginning. So create a company strategy, create a culture strategy, set your values. It's much easier to start from the beginning on creating a diverse company culture than it is to change your culture later down the road. Maybe you hire a few key team members from different ethnic groups at the beginning, and then they can be part of the value and culture strategy. It's fantastic that you have the opportunity to hire other ethnic groups because they bring such different perspectives and the skill set, and they see the world in a different lens, and so they have a lot to offer and could have a huge impact on your organization. But there are some simple ways that you can support diversity and inclusion. Start with your marketing, your printed materials, your website, your social media, your articles, what you post, what videos you may have. Include diversity and inclusion within all of those. There are many other ways, which I'm going to cover, that are cost effective. Some of them don't cost anything at all and make a huge impact on the company and the team. Reality is that ethnic groups want to be heard, and they want their voice to matter, and they want to feel supported within the workforce. They want to feel valued, just like everyone does. So you can recognize the various ethnic group holidays within the company. You can have a meditation prayer room within the office. You can have small groups. So create small groups that maybe plan an activity or work on a project or write an article. You could also have a round table. And you can do this in many different ways. Bring in a leader from the company that isn't there to really converse or to weigh in their opinion. The leader's position is just to sit there and listen, but give everyone an opportunity to talk about what's on their mind or talk about different topics that are important to them, or maybe something they need to get off of their chest. The leader is just there to listen and allow the different groups to talk freely and feel comfortable about sharing their opinions and sharing their feelings and sharing their thoughts. You can have team activities. You can have a potluck. Have everyone bring a dish from their ethnic groups. And this is great because it opens up the opportunity for others to try something new and to step outside of their comfort zone, and for everyone to share a story on why they brought that dish and what's the meaning behind it and what's the tradition behind it. Potlucks open up the opportunity to share not only food, but share stories and have fun and try new things. You could also bring in an outside facilitator to do a variety of things. They could do a diversity training. They can train on other topics, but they could also facilitate a conversation Maybe sometimes people within the company feel more comfortable talking to an outside facilitator and being more open versus a leader within. Create a diverse interview panel. So maybe when you bring in new potential employees and they're part of the interviewing process, have a diverse interview process or an interview panel to conduct the interview process. You could also put together a diverse interview panel to create the interview questions for the company, or a diverse panel to create strategies or create ideas, create team ideas, create party ideas. What's important to them when it comes to perks at the office, or why it's important, what they want to see within the organization. There are many different ways that you can support diversity and inclusion within an organization without it having to cost much. And it is one step towards helping to mitigate the Asian hate and making a difference. Like this video, follow us for more tips. You can catch us on Carbon 3 Recruiting. We're on social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Follow us for more.